Hello again, all my fluid art friends. It's Doris at DF Designs. I needed to prep a few canvases, so I'm going to show you how I do that. Now, I'm only prepping these for acrylics, okay, because I want to do some more. I want to make good on what I tried to do with Molly's the other day, with the Molly style colander pour. Oh, spit that out. Okay, so these are just canvases. These are the 10 by 10s. I have a bunch of 10 by 10s and 10 by 20s. There, my garbage can's over there, so I'll just throw it on the floor. Okay, I'm not going to do this for resin, so I'm going to, I needed a pair of scissors, sorry. I'm going to just cover the back and tape it. Now, I learned a little trick from a little girl, well, a lady, I should say. I shouldn't call her a little girl. Her name is Jessica Teal Craig. I'll put a link to her channel down below. I learned a little trick about using this Glad Press and Seal on the back of your paintings to protect all this area from the paint on your gloves when you're picking it up. And I feel it's always best to make it just a little bit bigger than you need, so that way, first thing I do is I tuck it in, okay, then I smooth this out. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim and tape and then put my pins in. Now I'm basically, where's my, oh, there it is. Now basically I'm going to use painter's tape to go around the edge. Now what I like to do is I will start it at one corner, but I'll leave a little bit of overhang because I'll show you what I'm going to do. It just makes it easier to tear it off when it comes time to take all the stuff off the back. Okay, see, got it flattened out. Don't worry about this end, because what you're gonna, I'll show you when I get to that side what I'm gonna do. Then I just basically, I make sure that these overlap in all the same direction, because when I go to take everything off, well, first you would take the push pins off, of course. There's going to be a little tab here, and when you start pulling, it just goes all the way around. And eventually the paper will follow it too. If it doesn't, you can just pull that out from the center. So you tape all your edges down. Oops, I'm trying to keep it in camera. Let me put these on the floor so I have more room. Now, if you were preparing this canvas for resin, whichever way you prefer to tighten up your canvas, you do that first before you do any of this, okay? Sometimes on these smaller canvases, I'll just use a spray bottle with some water, give it a little soak on the back, and then I'll take either my heat gun or a hair dryer. Okay, now I wanted to point this out to you. See, I lifted this up. This is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to put this down, okay, and cover it. Now I'm going to make a little tab right here. I know I have too much, so I'm just going to cut a little piece off. You just basically want to fold it over so it doesn't stick down. I'll bring it up to the camera. So now you can see I got a little tab. So when this painting is done and I want to take all the tape off, you pull that, and because this is overlapped that in, it just all comes off in one piece, and you don't have to sit there and try to start it with your fingernail, because a lot of people don't have fingernails. I normally do. I cut mine off today. Okay, 1, 2. Now I just use regular black push pins, the cheapy ones you get. I do not have the strength to push them in. So if you get yourself a rubber mallet, it's the same mallet I use when I am closing my my paint cans. If you get a rubber mallet and you hold it and you start it, you can usually pound it in real easy. If you don't want to hit it hard, okay, let's see. Okay, and then you just do it to the other 4 corners. The reason I put them in the middle is so when I'm hammering they don't bounce all over the table, and then I can't find them half the time until I go to vacuum, and then I hear them because I got black carpeting and black plastic right here. My work studio, believe it or not, my work area is in my living room. About that way, about less than 5 feet is my couch, okay, which is also a storage place too. Just got to clean it off every Sunday when I have company come over to watch the race with me, because Sunday is my day and I don't do much arting, so I watch the race. Anyway, enough about that. Okay, now I got all my push pins in. Let me see, let me make sure. Okay, there you go, you can see it there. Okay, and right here I got my little tab. Okay, now the last thing I do, and I usually don't do this until it comes time to paint. I put my little thing on there, and I know that, okay, so this side is too high, so I push it down a little bit, and it gets it a little bit even, and then I do the same thing over here. It is forever hard to find my even spot. Now, because I got the push pins, I can get my fingers under there, okay, to lift it up and tilt it, and it's all covered. And if you don't want to do the side, if you don't want it on the sides, you can also do the taping where you would tape the edge right here. Just start it in one spot, never end the tape right here on the corner. You want to make sure you go past. I saw, here, I'll show you real quick. I saw Olga at Smart Art Materials do this. If you want to tape the sides, what you do is, see, I leave that one a little bit past so I can lift it up and make a little tray, or a tab, I mean, excuse me. Okay, see, you just do that, and then you just do it as one continuous piece, but you want to make sure that you do a tab on the beginning end. Whoops. Okay, I will fix that in a minute, because I had to lift it, I would have to lift it up anyway. Okay, smooth it down. Okay, now I want this out of the way because I'm going to go past the corner with the tape. Okay, you smooth it down. Let me put it down so I can cut it. And now you get this problem of the tape sticking together. Oh, you can't see it, sorry. Come on guys. Let go. Let go. I got the most uncooperative tape in the world. Okay, you want to cut it past the corner a little bit because you don't want the break in your tape right at the corner. Okay, now you put that down, then you take this and you put it down over that, and then I know I got too much, but that's okay. I'm just going to trim it, and then I'm going to fold it over to make my tab. And now I got tape all the way around the sides. Then all you have to do is just do this to make sure that it doesn't get underneath the tape when it comes to the when the tape does. You just kind of fold this little edge in, because I use one that's a little bit farther. Let me see if you can see this. There we go. You just fold it all in, stick it down. Don't worry about the corners because it's going to look a little wonky, but that's just the back. You just want to seal it up to where you get no tape under it. So this one's not going to have paint on the edge, so this one will probably be a negative space. And then I go around and I just smooth out these edges. This one could be for resin too, you know that. So anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I'm going to put a link down in the bottom to Jessica Teal Craig's channel. I don't know if she's got a video up on this yet, but if she doesn't, you can ask her to put one up. Okay, so anyway, and I learned that from her, and I always give credit where credit's due when I can remember who I learned it from. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I love the fluid arts right out of you guys, so bye for now.